Fine, I'll put it to you.
Thank you.
The description here reads, a new legend begins this fall.
Oh.
Happy it's coming soon, fall, I like that.
Wait. I just read it as well.
Yeah, have you figured the problem?
You say the problem and then I'll say if it's the same problem.
It's not a new legend.
Alright, good. Okay, I'm glad that it took 1 second to read that and say something not right here. What are they doing?
I don't know, but they've announced that this is a prequel. And this is between first, second ages.
Right.
So it happens before Lord of the Rings, before The Hobbit.
Yeah.
So it's not new, it's old.
I swear, sometimes you think the people involved with these projects really don't know what the fuck they're on about. Like a small thing like that, you don't need to say new for the sake of it. Like new, oh it's new, it's shiny. It's in the lore. It's old. Say an old legend. Don't say a new legend.
That would actually add to the gravitas, you know? It's an old legend. People love hearing of old legends and myths, right?
But then at the same time, this isn't really a Tolkien creation, right? It's a lot of fan inspiration, these people creating these stories and being produced by Amazon. It's not really part of the original lore. It's stuff made up. So maybe you can say a new legacy because it's not really part of the original continuity. Maybe?
Maybe.
Maybe.
I don't like it though.
No. I was getting my urukai out, you know?
Very nice.
I was getting my urukai out. Hey, NarendraTheComic!
NONSENSEI!
Yes, and right now we're going to be reacting to this official trailer for Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power. The Ring of Power, more specifically. You know the one. You know the one. It weighs a ton. Don't need a gun to get respect up in this place. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about there. Point being, I'm not really that enthused by this show, particularly because of that little teaser that came out, which was just the logo being washed over by some sand or something, which we thought was CGI. And people in the comments said, you're an idiot, it's practical effects. And my point was, if that's practical effects, I have no hope, because it looked so bad.
It was really bad. They'd zoomed into these welding shots so close that it looked so fake. And everyone was like, oh, this is really bad.
Yeah.
Guys, it's real. Oh, it's real.
Is it even worse now? Maybe.
Yeah, somehow.
The effort's there. They tried, but it didn't look good.
It didn't look good.
But one thing that does give me a little bit of hope is that they're making an anime of the Rohirrim. So they're making an anime about the story of the Rohirrim, the War of the Rohirrim. I think that's the title of it.
Oh.
Basically, the idea of Rohan being created, I think. So that's a story I want to see.
That's cool.
And the fact it's an animation and it's an anime, that's the style they're going with, I think that's a tick for me. That's something I'm excited for.
I think that's actually dangerous because that could prove to be better
than this whole show.
This series.
Yeah.
And then Amazon will say, well, why are we going to have live action? We can just produce more animes.
Much cheaper, especially if it gets the viewership. Who cares? It doesn't really matter to them. If it's good animation, it's good animation. And I love that shit. Let's get to this TV spot, teaser, big game spot, which we are very, very late to. Anyway, let's go.
Haven't you ever wondered what else is out there?
It's okay. CGI's okay.
In this world, beyond our wandering.
Who's speaking?
I can feel it.
Is that an elf?
I don't know.
She had like horns.
Was that meant to be Gladriel?
I don't know. That was probably Elrond, wasn't it? Oh, okay.
Well, that was very quick.
They did something different with it, in which not giving a lot of dialogue, which isn't a bad thing. I don't think it's a bad thing. It gave you the tone of the show, which I think the tone is there. I think they've got that right.
They've got that sense of epicness.
But I think it's leaning towards The Hobbit rather than The Lord of the Rings. One of the big things with The Lord of the Rings is it kind of felt oddly real.
Yeah.
Because of how gritty it was and how you really believed it. The problem with The Hobbit was that it was too crisp, it was too cut,
it was shiny,
and it looked too CGI heavy.
Yeah.
I think this is maybe leaning on that side of things rather than the original trilogy.
Yeah, I agree with you. Some of the shots at the beginning of, I'm guessing, a citadel, they looked nice, they looked good. I'm sure they'll be cleaned up further before the actual show's released. but that isn't actually good enough.
It was good, but it kind of felt like video game graphics a little bit. But then video game graphics have got incredibly good, almost to the point where with CGI and non-humanoid creatures, they really do look very real.
Yeah.
I think it's the background stuff which looks awfully fake.
They didn't name anyone, right?
No, there was no naming going on.
So I'm just guessing who these people are.
So you said maybe Gladriel was there.
The one with the ice?
The ice and the armor.
I think that is
looks
Gladriel.
bad. Like that shot.
Yeah, of the waterfall.
The waterfall. That's a bad shot. This shot here of potentially Gladriel dangling down off the side of a cliff, not that great.
Well, I have a problem with this. And it's that we know Gladriel. We've seen her.
Hey, it might not be Gladriel as well. Let's say that. It might not be.
If it's not Gladriel, then it's fine.
Right.
But if this is meant to be Gladriel, then her hanging off a cliff face has no value because we know she survives.
Right. Yeah, that's a valid point.
Right. Like,
that's a really good point.
Any of these stakes you're going to be bringing with, I know that they were talking about bringing back Elrond, but younger, Gladriel and younger. We know these guys live. Her being chased around by some demon, him being in a war. It doesn't mean anything because we know that they survive.
And they have to survive for the story to continue. So that's a really good point, actually. It kind of takes away any worry for the character because you already know the end point. Which was a big thing about Star Wars and the prequel, saying, we already know where the story's going to go, so why do we need to know the stories? Because we understand the characters that survive, and if characters aren't there, they're probably dead. But like Star Wars prequels, all right? Good.
The prequels.
Very, very nice. Very good. Attack of the Clones, not a good movie, okay? But
the prequels,
the other two, great.
Delicious.
I know.
She looks like... this might be rude to say.
What are you going to say?
She looks a bit short.
Okay. I know that this character is a dwarf. I know, because I saw some images of this dwarf princess or queen who's like the queen of the dwarves.
Right.
My issue with this is that, and I said it when I saw the picture myself, dwarf ladies are meant to be bearded.
Oh, that's a big one.
They're meant to have beards.
Yeah.
Where's the representation for my bearded ladies? What's happening? My short, little people, bearded ladies. What's going on? What's going on?
That's actually one. That's a very good point.
It's a whole trope. It's a joke in the... It's a joke in the universe.
It is. It is one of those things when Gimli pulls out his little pocket photo portrait. Legolas is like, oh, is that your son? That's my wife. Oh,
I'm sorry. Sumasen, what kind of
Oh, very bad move. But my question here is, why are you taking something that Tolkien has created and changing it? You know, I don't have a problem with representation and diversity, but done well. This seems kind of false. It seems very fake.
Do you know the thing? I was very against the elves being random races, being like, oh, they're this, they're this. But I'm actually okay with that now. I kind of get it. You can get away with it. I don't think you get away with dwarves being not white.
So
the reason why is, dwarves... They ain't got the melanin.
I was going to say it.
Okay, good, thank you.
I was
Honestly,
say it.
I saw this image, I said, something ain't... I know it's not real. I know it's not real. So don't say, oh, it's not real. We know that. But they're underground.
Yeah.
They don't see the sun. They're gonna be pasty. They're gonna be the Irish and the Scots.
Yeah.
That's what they're gonna be.
And you have to think about it. If you look at cave-dwelling animals, oftentimes they end up very pale with this translucent skin. And that is one of the reasons why your boy Gollum was greyed out, looking very sick, because he did not see the sun for many years.
Yeah.
And I understand that dwarves maybe do venture outside. They don't entirely live in darkness. They have torches and things in their dwarven halls.
Yeah.
But I always thought from that perspective that they would most likely be Irish, Scottish, very pale.
Very pale.
But I guess you could take the standpoint that because they are always around fire and they're welding, you can get a welder's tan.
So are you saying that they have blackfaced this white person?
No.
Is that what you're saying?
No. I'm not saying
fire
that.
and sunlight are two very different things.
I get that, but like a welder's tan is a thing where your skin becomes a little bit more leathery.
Oh, she's also the queen or princess.
Oh, she's not going near
there's no welding going on near her.
Okay, then, you know, they're just doing it because they want to.
Yeah, I don't think that adds up. I think the elves can make sense because it's just to do with the other world and all that stuff. But I think with dwarves, my guys, they have to be white. See, I'm sorry.
I have a thing here. Now, I don't know everything about the Lord of the Rings. No. I don't know everything about the Hobbit.
We know a lot, but we don't know everything. Compared to the layman, we know a lot. Compared to the experts, we know nothing.
Yeah. my question here is, if they wanted to introduce other races, why didn't they do that in the world of men? Because the world of men hasn't been fully explored, but for some reason they want to push this representation in the elves and the dwarves, but not in the world of men.
Well, maybe they're going to do it in the world of men as well.
But where are they going to come from in the world of men? If
Wait, are the world of men even in existence at this point in time?
Honestly, I don't know.
Because the hobbits aren't really a thing.
The hobbits haven't
At this point, they're not really into the universe. It's their ancestors who aren't hobbits who are like semi-hobbits.
Yeah, they were slowly evolving into hobbits at that point.
Right, right.
But I think the world of men must be around still.
Is it?
And if that's the case, why didn't you put the diversity in the world of men?
I don't know. We don't know. It's not the most important thing, to be honest. I think the CGI did not look that good. It looked very fake. It looked very video game cutscene-esque.
Yeah.
And for this type of budget, for this type of show, I don't think it really stands up. I've seen better fan-made Lord of the Ring trailers than this. And I can say the same thing about Star Wars. I can say the same thing about Star Trek. Some of these trailers that people put the time into, the things they love, are unbelievable. Some of them are really bad. I'd say, as a fan-made trailer, this is middle of the road.
This is expensive.
Yes.
Big budget. And actually, if we click through again, some of these costumes, they don't look great. And it's a problem, because costumes and the way people dress really pulls you into a world. Incredibly so. It's something you don't notice per se, but it just adds to the fakeness as you're watching it.
It's the background stuff. It's why set designers and costume designers get paid. And in my opinion, a lot of them are underpaid, because they are the ones creating this world physically for these actors to inhabit and for this story to be told. There were some good shots in here.
Yeah.
All right, but there were just a lot of bad ones. I think that's the way you'd play it. It's probably 60-40.
The thing is, normally in trailers like this, they put the best shots.
Yeah.
And if these are the best shots, then I don't really have much hope.
Or they may have kept the best shots and these may just be run-of-the-mill shots. Maybe. It's possible. It's possible that they're keeping the good stuff and they're not showing us the really good CGI. That would be dumb. You need to get people excited to watch this show, but I'm not an Amazon executive. I'm not...
We don't have those big
I'm not
budgets.
privy to these decisions.
No.
So that's it. You know, could have been better. Could have been a lot better. Could have been slightly worse. I think we'll settle on that. Anyway, guys, if you did enjoy this video, please do like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel down there. If you didn't, Saruman himself gonna come after you. You don't want that, do they? Want that?
No.
You really don't, so just subscribe anyway. So with that, I've been NarendraTheComic.
I've been NONSENSEI.
Wow,
Oof.
what an absolute mess. She's been NONSENSEI. You've been great, and we'll see you next time. That's tomorrow. If you don't know, make a video every single day. Been doing it every day for over 1,000 days now. We ain't stopping till we get to 10,000 subscribers. So do subscribe. Pop back again tomorrow for some more quality shitty content, because we're hashtag never not here, just how it goes. Also bring the pakwas means nonsense in Punjabi. We also bring that. Bring a lot. Bring a little, do a lot, do a little, but we do indeed bring the quality shitty content on a daily basis. So see you tomorrow. More of the same. Slightly different, but essentially the very same. Once more, see you then. Skadoosh.